Okay, so I think these are all related questions. So that first sentence tells us what's going on here. That is, when babies get to a certain age, they need more nutrients than they can get from breast milk. And that's when they start to eat other things as well. And in fact, they start to need those things. So this is why we call this complementary, because their main nutrition is still coming from breastfeeding or from milk, maybe from formula, but they're also, I don't know, grabbing hold of bread or some apple or something that they can chew on that's got other nutrients in it. So complementary means additional to, um, but also kind of contributing to or supporting something. It's usually seen as a little bit less than essential or fundamental, but it is seen as necessary. It's complementing, it's bringing in some extra thing that's needed. Um, so when we're talking about their need for energy and nutrients exceeding what is provided by breast milk or starting to exceed what is provided by breast milk, um, if we use the word demand, starts to demand what is provided by breast milk, um, that would imply a sort of tautology because you're already talking about their need. So a demand for something, a need for something. The issue in that first sentence is that they get everything that they need until they get to be about 6 months, and then there's a need that is in excess of, or is additional to, or is beyond what they get from breast milk. Um, so it's an extra need. And that's what exceed adds to the meaning of that sentence. Whereas if you tried to use the word demand, it would sort of imply that you were saying the same thing
The
twice.
same thing
Needing something,
twice.
demanding
Yeah.
something. Yeah. Um, I guess what is if they were demanding what is provided by breast milk, that would again be they're asking for something that they're already getting. It would be unusual as well. Um,
And can you please explain about the falter?
so faltering is like stumbling or slowing down or tripping over. So their growth, to say that their growth may falter, it might mean that it sort of stops or slows down or doesn't happen as quickly or as smoothly as it should. So instead of continuing to gradually put on weight and grow, they might not put on much weight, they might not grow, they might not get bigger. Yeah. Yeah, so the idea is that they're growing, but if that growth falters, it means that it pauses or
Or stop.
perhaps even stops.
Mm.
Yeah. It loses strength, could be another thing that could happen. So for some infants, it might just be that they don't grow as quickly. For others, it would be that they stop entirely if they don't have complementary food. Yeah, so that's my entire career right there, is all faltering. That is, someone's making progress through, like, if you imagine a career as you're gradually moving from job to job in a way that is going upwards. You know, you get promotions, you take on more higher level roles, you go from being a kind of an engineer to a manager to an executive. That's someone's career. If it began to falter, it suggests that at some point it pauses or it stops or you stop moving upwards or you stop moving in a direction that has meaning and you just kind of move from place to place or maybe stay in the same job.
Mm, okay.
Yeah. So, which is most of us now because
Mm,
career progressions, even for professionals, are much harder.
yeah, it's getting worse and worse here, actually. I think in the United States is much better. What is your idea?
I think in the United States, it's a very big country.
Mm.
So you can often move from place to place as a way of finding a way around.